My name is Shelly Van Winkle, and I am a registered nurse. I'm a veteran of the United States Army, the first before, which, I will be honest with you, I wish we wouldn't have just done 100 hours, that we should have finished what we started. I'm a certified cannabis nurse. But my approach is, I'm not for recreational. I do want to make that clear. I agree with you on so many things there. But I am here to say that the science and the medicine and the research needs to happen. My question for you has to do with states' rights and federalism, and as an executive, what you would do so that when we have 40 states that have all this patchwork of all these different medicinal cannabis laws, and they're not meshing up. One state has this law, and this state has this law, and then in this state we just have CBD, just a decrim law, and nobody's communicating. And we have parents that are going from one state to the next state, and we have babies that are 4 years old that are criminals under federal law. If you're the president, what could you do administratively and as an executive to fix this mess as a leader? What could you do?
Listen, as president, I'm going to enforce the federal law. Now,
cannabis needs to come out of Schedule 1.
Well,
so
listen, that's your opinion, and I don't agree. Listen,
research.
I don't. That's your opinion, and I don't agree with it. Okay, and I've made that really clear, which I'm sure one of the
Cannabis is
reasons.
medicine, sir.
Listen, that's your opinion.
It's the truth.
Well, I understand that you believe it's the truth, and I understand that, and I respect your opinion, but I disagree with it. Now, there are limited instances in my state where we allow folks to use marijuana for medical purposes, but it is a medical program. And it is for only certain specific diseases. You have to get a doctor to be able to write a prescription for it. Those doctors have to be registered with the state. We have to monitor what they're doing. And we have to make sure.
But under federal law, a doctor can't write a prescription. They can only recommend because it's a Schedule 1 substance.
I understand.
That's the problem.
You're asking me what I would do as president.
Right.
I'm not going to get into a debate with you over, you and I have different views of it. I believe.
But that's the law. That's what I'm saying as the president, if you could.
No, first of all, the president needs an act of Congress to do that.
No,
first of all,
administratively you can fix that.
No, I cannot administratively fix that, and I will not administratively
Under
fix it.
federalism you could.
No, not under federalism. Federalism is a concept, it's not a law, okay?
Federalism, states' rights.
Yeah, well, listen, I love people who love states' rights, and I love states' rights too. But when the federal government has occupied the field, which they have, and that our courts have supported that, I believe marijuana is a gateway drug. I believe it's destructive. I understand. Listen, do you want an answer, or do you just want to continue to video me so that you can use that and put it on the internet? Because that's what this is about. And I've had this done to me in other states as well. Let me be very clear. As President of the United States, I will enforce the marijuana laws because I believe that marijuana is a gateway drug that causes our children and adults to use other drugs. I think it lowers productivity. I'm against recreational use, and I am for limited medical use, not mandated by the federal government, but permissive by the federal government. I am not going to impose. And each state has a different point of view because each state is permitted to have a different point of view on this issue. New Jersey's is much more restrictive than most other states. And so that's what I would continue to support. That's what I support in my state. And believe me, by the way, if I had had my choice, it would have been even a more restrictive law. But it was passed and signed 5 or 6 hours before I became governor by my predecessor because he knew that I wouldn't approve of what he was doing.
Thank you, sir.
So
I
just will tell you that this is not an easy issue, and it is causing, and marijuana is causing enormous destruction. If you go to Colorado and see what's happening in Colorado and what downtown Denver looks like with those kind of laws, that's where this country is headed, and that's where I would stop.
And as a nurse, I want
yes,
this
ma'am.
thing
Next
stopped.
question. Yeah.
I promise it'll be painless.
It doesn't have to be.